Hello, Tung. How are you?
I'm good.
Have you had a good week?
Yeah, I did.
Good. What have you been doing this week, Tung?
Like I've been resting for for like a week because we have just finished the test period in our school.
Right. So you finished your exams now.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Can you turn your camera on, please, Tung?
Yeah, just give me a second.
Sure. Hello, Tuklin.
Hello, teacher.
How are you?
I'm fine. Nice.
Good. Have you had a good week at university?
Yes, it's quite good.
Yeah. But you've been busy.
Yes, because I am prepared for the final exam.
When are the final exams?
Every week, I have one subject to the exam.
Every week you have a different
Yes.
subject. Wow, that sounds very hard.
Yes.
Okay, when will the exams be finished, Tuklin?
At the end of this month.
Okay, so 2 more weeks. Is that right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Good luck with that, Tuklin.
Thank you.
Okay, I hope you don't get too tired. Okay, hello, Cho Zhang.
Yes, hello, Mr. Wei.
I'm good, Cho Zhang. How are you?
I'm good. Under the weather, so maybe
You're
it's
under
not
the
good.
weather a bit. You're not
Yes.
feeling very well.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better soon.
Thank you.
But that's good use of English, Cho Zhang. I'm under the weather. Very good use of idiom.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Tung, I still can't see you.
Do you see me now?
I can see you now. That's better. Thank you, Tung. Okay, I'll just wait for another minute or two to see how many other people are coming. Hello, Zung Ha.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Are you doing exams at the moment?
Yeah, I have three more subjects left for next week.
3 more subjects left. for next week. Okay, and then you have finished?
Yeah, that I will finish.
Okay, right. So you're very busy too. Okay, everyone. So I think we will get started. I won't wait for anyone else. So first thing, by the way, is this is our last lesson for 2 weeks, okay? So next week is Christmas on Sunday. So there is no class on Christmas because Christmas is a holiday here in Western countries. Then, of course, the week after that is New Year. And you will have a holiday at New Year. So we will have the next 2 weekends off, okay? So no class until January the 8th. Hello, Paula. Hello, Paula, can you hear me?
Yes, I
Okay,
can hear you. Okay.
okay. Can I
Hi.
hear you, Paula? Ah, there you are. Hi, Paula, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great.
Good. Have you had a good week?
Yeah, I had a pretty good week.
Excellent. Okay. How are your exams going?
I think it's going quite fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I almost done it.
Good. Good. When do you finish?
On Christmas.
Right. So one more week.
Yeah,
One
one
more
more.
week. Okay, that's great. Okay, everybody, let's get started. Welcome to class. First of all, I will just share this with you, which is our lesson plan for the next couple of months. So some of you know this already, but maybe people like Tang don't. Tang, can you read this paragraph for me, please?
Speaking part 3 of the IELTS speaking test involves you having a discussion with the examiner, usually related to the topic you gave a speech about in part 2. To prepare for the test, you need to have opinions on a wide range of different topics or be able to form an opinion quickly.
Okay, that's good, Tang. That's good. Thank you. So what this means is I want you in our speaking sessions to be able to, one, be able to think of how you feel about something or how you think about something very quickly. And then secondly, to be able to speak fluently about it. So previously, I've asked you to tell me about something that's happened to you each week. But from now on, I'm going to be asking you questions on a different range of light topics, okay, each week. But I will start to get more serious after a while to the sort of questions you will be asked in the IELTS test. So, for example, last week I asked you what are 3 things you would do if you won $1 million. But soon I'll be asking you questions on more serious topics. As I say, the sort of thing you will get in the exam. Now, it's important, I think it's important to practice speaking on topics you don't like. This gives you a chance to learn new vocabulary and also be able to think of ideas and opinions more quickly. It's easy for us, all of us, to speak on subjects that we might enjoy. For example, movies, or maybe some sport like football or something like that, something we know something about. But it's not so easy if you have to talk about a topic you are not familiar with or one you don't like. So I'm going to give you more practice at doing that. So as I say, when I want to get you to practice speaking, I'm looking at getting you to practice fluency, which means, of course, that you can speak without pausing much and that you can also speak using the correct lexis or vocabulary. So that's speaking. Writing, as you know, I want you to be able to describe all the graphs, charts, tables, processes, and maps that make up writing test part 1 using the POT formula. Do you know what POT stands for, Tongue? Have I talked to you about this before? I've talked to the others about this. Can you hear me, Tongue?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what POT stands for?
I don't remember it.
Okay. It stands for, the first one is paraphrase. The second one is overview. And the T stands for 2 detail paragraphs. This is how you construct your answer to any writing task 1 question. Your first paragraph is always a paraphrase. Your second paragraph is always an overview. And your next 2 paragraphs are 2 detail paragraphs, which look in detail at what the graph or table or chart is telling you. Brooklyn.
Yes.
Brooklyn, out of the paraphrase, overview, and detail paragraphs, can you remember which one is worth the most marks in the test? Can you remember?
The worst part?
So we have 3 parts, okay?
Yes.
Paraphrase, overview, and the 2 detail paragraphs. Which one of those is worth the most marks? Can you remember?
I don't remember.
Okay. Cho Zhang, can you remember? Hello, Cho Zhang.
Yes, I'm here.
Can you remember which one of those is worth the most marks?
I think
Paraphrase, overview, or detail paragraphs. Can you remember?
maybe not.
Okay, let me show you again. Overview. Okay. Can you please read this for me, Cho Zhang? Overview.
Overview. This is the most important paragraph in task 1. Summarize the key features. If you don't have an overview, you won't get above band score 5.
Okay, does that make sense, Cho Zhang?
Yes.
Okay, Tok Lin, do you understand now?
Yes.
So the overview is the most important paragraph in your task 1 essay. You must get the overview correct. All right, that is worth the most marks. And remember, overviews start with the words overall, and it can be clearly seen that. So always remember to do an overview paragraph. Okay, so as I was saying before, we are going to be practicing, continue to practicing POT, okay, for tables, processes, and maps soon. Then we will look at essay writing. Once you understand how to use POT for all these different things, then we will move on to essay writing. But I will keep asking you at the beginning of each class questions about a different topic every week. So I hope that gives you some understanding of how this course is structured and the progress that we will be making. Does anyone have any questions about anything to do with that? Zung Ha, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, good. Paula, is this clear to you?
Yes.
Good. Tang, is this clear to you now?
Yes.
That's great. Okay. So I'm just going to show you today's speaking topic. Okay. Paula, can you please read this sentence for me?
Okay.
Starting with two.
What?
Starting with the word to, Paula. Can you read this sentence? Can you see what I mean?
No.
Sorry, Paula, can't you see the form I'm looking at?
No, I can't.
Okay, sorry, I'll try again. Can you see it now, Paula?
Okay.
All right.
To kick the bucket is an English idiom, an informal or slang term meaning to die. Its origin is unclear.
Thank you, Paula. Okay, tongue.
Yes.
What does to kick the bucket mean? What does it mean?
Like to die.
Correct. Thank you, Tang. Just checking to see you are paying attention. So to kick the bucket means to die. It's a very common slang term in English. Very common slang term. Tuk Lin.
Yes.
Can you read the next line, please? Starting with ah.
A bucket list is a list of things you want to do or achieve before you die.
Good. Okay. Have you heard this word before, Tuklin? This term before?
Achieve?
A bucket list. A bucket list. Have you heard about this before? A bucket list.
I never heard it before.
Okay, good. I'm learning something new today. Okay, here we have someone, obviously kick, bucket, and this is a list. So remember everyone, a bucket list is a list of things you want to do before you die. What I'm going to ask you now, each of you, what are 3 things on your bucket list? Okay, and why? If you can think of why. 3 things on your bucket list and why. So like I was saying, you don't have long to think about this. You have to think pretty much off the top of your head. So Paula, going to start with you, please.
Okay.
3 things on your bucket list, Paula, and why?
The first thing that I would put in my bucket list is I'm going to travel to France.
Okay.
Okay, because I really want to try the cuisine there.
Number 2.
Number 2, I want to try to learn how to skydive. I want to try skydiving because I think it's people say that it's a kind of a risky sport, but I really want to try.
Great. Okay, number 3.
Number 3, I think I want to I want to like live in Africa or in somewhere that has like harsh condition for like a period of time, because I want to experience and I want to try myself.
Sorry, you want to experience? What did you say?
Yeah,
I didn't hear.
I want to experience and challenge myself.
Experience and challenge yourself. Okay, that's great, Paula. Thank you. 3 good things. By the way, everyone, with these, there is no right or wrong answer. Okay, it's just whatever 3 things you can think of. Nothing right or wrong. What I am listening for, of course, is your fluency and your grammar. So, Paula, that was perfect. Okay, no mistakes. That was great. Everyone, you might please listen to what everyone else is saying, because you might learn some new words. I hope you will. For example, Paula used the word cuisine. She wants to try the cuisine in France. What is cuisine? Tuk Lin, what is cuisine? Paula said she wants to try the cuisine in France. What does she mean?
I think it's related to the custom
what?
and the food.
The food. Cuisine is food. Okay. Cuisine is food. All right. If you are not familiar with this word, I will show you now. Do you know this word, Zung Ha?
Yes.
Good. Okay. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, it's this word. Okay. Cuisine. Cuisine means food. It's the French word for food. All right. Thank you, Paula. So, Pang, your turn, please.
So
3 things
thinking
on
that
your bucket list. Yeah. 3 things
yeah,
on your
so
bucket list. What are they?
the first one is I would like to travel around the world so I can like discover a new thing from every country that I came. The second thing is that uh, I would like to try like fly an airplane because I
Mhm.
really like to travel by an airplane.
Okay. And the third thing?
The third thing is maybe I want to help my parents to like have a expensive meal at a restaurant.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. So only one thing to correct in your English tongue. That is in your first reason. You said something about every country that I came. Okay, where you should have said every country that I visit or every country that I go to. Okay, you go to a country. Obviously, you don't came to a country. You go to a country. Does that make sense, Tang?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, thank you. Tuk Lin, you are next. What are the 3 things on your bucket list, Tuk Lin?
I think the first thing I will do, I think I want to travel to Korea or China with my family.
Because,
This, what?
because,
Uh, because I want to have memorable uh, uh, memories with my family until before I die.
okay, number 2.
Maybe. Number 2, I will spend my spend 15% of my money spent for the children in the Highland, the poor children
Okay,
in the Highland.
okay, and number 3.
No, number 3, I will buy what I want, buy something what I want. I don't know, I think so.
All right, for
Like
example,
buy a car. For
example.
example, like I want to buy a car.
Okay,
The new
okay, that's fine.
computers.
Okay, that's fine. So I just need to check a couple of your English things. You said you want to go to Korea because you want memorable memories. Okay, so usually in English, you wouldn't say memorable memories because, of course, memories are memorable anyway. So you need to use
The same.
different adjectives. For example, happy memories. Okay.
Yes, okay.
Does that make sense? So you need to use a different
Yes.
adjective other than memorable. So you want happy memories, sad memories, good memories. I want to have good memories with my family. Okay. The other thing you said, I will buy something what I want. I will buy something what I want. Okay, so the what isn't correct. I will buy something begins with T instead of what.
T.
I will buy something begins with T, the letter T.
T.
I want to buy something I want.
That.
Yes, better. I want to buy something that I want. Okay, you can't, it's not correct English, Tuklin, to say, I want to buy something what I want. Okay, you have to
Yes,
say, I
okay.
want to buy something that I want. Okay, thank you, Tuklin. Cho Zhang.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Cho Zhang, what are the 3 things on your bucket list?
So the first thing in my bucket list is owning a private jet.
Great.
So the next one is I want to do charity work. And the last one is I want to using the money to pay some stuff and my school fees.
Okay, can you tell me the last one again, please, Cho Zhang?
I want to use the money to pay some stuff and my school fees.
To pay some stuff, did you say?
Yes.
Okay, I want to use the money to, do you mean buy some stuff?
Buy some stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
it's better, not pay. You have to say buy. I want to use the money to buy some stuff and pay my school fees.
yes.
Okay, and this word here that you said to me, Cho Zhang, I'll just show you. Sorry, I'm a bit slow tonight with this. You said this word to me, Cho Zhang?
Yes.
Okay, it is pronounced charity. Okay,
Yes.
charity. I think you said to me carity.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to do some charity work. I want to do some charity work. So you pronounce it ch. Okay, the rest of, yeah, charity work. Okay, that's good, Cho Zhang. I want to come with you on your private jet, by the way. Okay, when you get one. Please tell me. When you get your private jet. Okay. All right, thank you. Zung Ha. Hello, Zung Ha.
Yes.
Okay, the 3 things on your bucket list are number 1.
Firstly, I want to visit Japan, Korea, and China to take a lot of pictures with my family. Secondly, I will buy a smartphone or a camera just for photograph because I want to save all my memories. And thirdly, I want to buy gifts for all the members in my family and all my friends.
Okay, so your English is pretty good, Zung Ha. Just one thing, what is wrong with this sentence that you say? I want to take a lot of picture with my family. What is wrong with that sentence?
With my family.
That is correct. I want to take a lot of picture with my family. One small thing is wrong. What is it? I want to take a lot of picture with my family.
Pictures.
Correct. Yes. Plural, of course. Have to have the S. I want to take a lot of pictures with my family. Good. Zung Ha. The rest of that was fine. Thank you. Okay. And Michael. Hello, Michael.
Hello.
How are
Sorry,
you?
I got in a bit late today because
That-
my laptop got a new update, so it resetted all the data from.
Oh, okay. Okay. I've had that problem too. Okay. Can you turn your camera on, please, Michael, so I can see you?
Yeah, a little bit bad that my camera was also being broken.
Right. All right. So while we are waiting, Michael, so you know what we are doing, can you tell me, please, the 3 things on your bucket list, things to do before you die?
I have only 3 wishes to do on my bucket list. The first is to give all my properties into donation to all the people who are in remote areas, mountainous areas, and flooded areas. The second thing that I would do is I'll travel around the world so that I could enjoy the beauty of this world one last time before I say goodbye to it. And the third thing I would do is, I guess I'll give my children the company that I'm owning, if I have one, or if I don't have one, then I would give my children at least a house or a car to go, so they won't be disappointed about their parents.
Okay. You're very generous, Michael. You are very generous.
you.
I hope your children appreciate your generosity. Okay, so there's only one thing I'm going to correct with your English, Michael. That is this sentence. You said, I'm going to give all my properties into donation. I'm going to give all my properties into donation. So the sentence isn't correct. You
I
need to
was thinking
say,
about spend.
yeah, you need to say, I want to donate. Okay, should be the verb.
Oh, okay.
Okay, instead of saying, I want to give all my properties into donation. Okay, donation, you need to use the verb donate. So you say, I want to donate all my property to, what did you say, Michael? To whom?
To the
whom?
people who are in the mountainous area, the remote area,
Okay.
and the flooded area.
Good. Okay. So I want to donate all my property to people who live in the mountainous areas and flooded areas.
Okay.
Can you say that sentence, please, Michael? I just want you to get used to it.
Okay.
I want to donate.
I want to donate all my properties to the people in mountainous area and flooded area.
Okay, much better. That's good, Michael. All right, thank you. Okay, everyone, thank you for that. Again, we will do it again next time. I will have a new question for you. And like I say, this is a chance for you to practice your fluency as well as your vocabulary and maybe learn some new words. Zungha.
Yes,
Speaking of learning new words, what does cuisine mean? What is cuisine?
it means food.
Correct. Thank you, Zungha. Well done. Okay, always useful when you are giving talks, by the way, especially to examiners, to use slightly different words like cuisine. Okay, you get extra marks for that. All right, everyone, this is today's test. So you need to put the words in the correct order to make a sentence. All right. Pang.
Yes.
Okay, you will do number 1, please. Okay.
Yes.
In a moment. Okay. Yeah, I'll give you a moment. Tuk Lin. Tuk Lin.
Yes.
Okay, Tuk Lin, number 2, please. Okay, is your sentence. Number
Okay.
2. Okay, Cho Zhang.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, number 3, please. Cho Zhang.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
Zung Ha.
Yes,
Number 4, please. Okay, number 4. And Michael,
Yes.
number
five.
5. Number 5, you are right. Number 5. Okay, Paula.
Yes.
Okay, Paula, you are the teacher for this one, okay?
Okay.
So I haven't given you a sentence, Paula. You're going to correct all of them, all right?
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Tang, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Number 1, please, Tang, whenever you are ready.
It is, can you move over to make room for your sister?
Okay. Paula, what do you think? Is that correct?
I think it's correct.
I think it's correct too. Well done, Tang. Excellent. Good. Tuk Lin,
Yes,
number 2, please, Tuk Lin.
number 2 is when Karen finish her essay over, Harry asked her. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I will try it again.
Okay.
When
So
Harry asked,
sorry, this word here, by the way, Tuk Lin, is pronounced Caroline. Caroline.
Caroline.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's when Harry asked Caroline to read her essay, she finishes it over.
Not quite.
Right?
Paula, what do you think?
Yeah. No, I think it should be to read her essay over.
Okay. Can you give me the complete? Okay. Can you give me the complete sentence, please, Paula?
When she finished her essay, Harry asked Caroline to read it over.
Almost, Paula. Almost. And almost Tuk Lin. Good try. This one is a little bit hard. Okay, Tuk Lin. When Caroline finished, okay, I'll go bit by bit. Can you see, Tuk Lin, where the pointer is?
Yes.
Okay. When Caroline finished her essay, she asked Harry to read it
It's over.
over. Correct. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that is what you were close to, Paula, but not quite. Okay, so when Caroline finished her essay, she asked Harry to read it over. All right. Cho Zhang, number 3.
So I guess number 3 is Luke has invited me to back his house tomorrow.
Oh, almost, Cho Zhang. Almost. You want to try again? You have 2 words the wrong way round.
Oh, I want to try it.
Yeah.
Luke has invited me to back to his house tomorrow.
Okay, Paula, what do you think?
Luke has invited me back to his house tomorrow. Yeah, I think it's
Yes,
correct.
is correct. Is correct. Well done, Cho Zhang. That's good. Okay. Zung Ha.
Yes.
Okay, number 4.
I think it will be. I think it's it. What do you have on tomorrow?
Okay, Paula.
Yeah, I think it's correct.
Is correct. That's good, Zung Ha. Well done. And the last one, Michael.
Eva had her lights on in her bedroom, so I knew she was at home.
Okay, Paula, what do you think?
Correct.
You think it's correct, Paula?
Yeah, Eva had wait,
Ava
Eva
had,
had the light in her bedroom, so I knew she was at home.
Eva had the light on in her bedroom. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Ava had the light on
In
in
her
her bedroom, so
I knew she was at home.
I knew she was at home. Correct, Michael. Well done. That's good. Well done, Michael. Okay, so thank you all for trying to solve the puzzle. You all did well. All right. Now we're going on to writing for the rest of the lesson. Okay, so you might remember this from last week. So we are looking at the 2 detail paragraphs. Tang, please tell me again what POT stands for.
It stands for paraphrase, overview,
Yes.
and to the detail.
2 detail paragraphs.
Yeah.
2 detail paragraphs. That's good. Good memory, Tang. Thank you. All right. So over the last couple of weeks, we've done the paraphrase. Okay. Last week, we did the overview. This week, we're doing the 2 detail paragraphs. What we decided last week, you might remember, and I wrote it down. The detailed paragraphs, the first paragraph is going to compare Portugal and the UK, and the second paragraph is going to compare Italia and the USA. So very quickly, we'll just talk about this just for a moment, just to remind you of the sort of thing we are looking for. So the detailed paragraph is where you start quoting figures and dates and that sort of thing. So, for example, Tuklin.
Yes.
Okay, what is the first comparison you can make between Portugal and the UK? All right, just to remind you, we're looking at the percentage of government spending on road and transport. Okay, that's what this graph is. All right, so what is the first thing you would say? The first difference you can see between Portugal and the UK?
Portugal spend much more on road and transport
Correct.
than UK.
Correct. Well done. Okay, this is good. That's good, Tuklin. Zung Ha.
Yes.
Okay, what is another difference you can see between spending in Portugal and the UK?
Portugal have trend go down and the UK go up and reach a peak in 2000.
Okay, it's close. So the UK also trends down. You are correct. Okay, Portugal's definitely trending down, but the UK in the year 2000, all right, it changed and it spent a little bit more than it had the previous years. Okay, so that is basically correct, Zung Ha. Thank you. All right, so those are 2 differences you can talk about in your first detailed paragraph. In the second detailed paragraph, Chou Zhang.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, one difference between Italia and the USA, what is it?
So Italia witnessed an downward trend, but while USA go up.
Correct.
Going up.
Correct. Thank you. Okay, and Tang.
Yes.
One more from you, please. A difference between Italia and the USA. So Chou Zhang said Italia is trending down, and the USA is trending up, which is correct. Can you find one more difference?
I think Italy spend more than USA.
Correct. Okay, very good, Tang. That is correct. Okay, so those are the main differences. So now I'm going to copy the link, all right? And I'm going to share it with you. Whoops. I will in just a moment when I can get the link back. Okay, everyone, you should be able to see the link in chat now. So please click on the link and then you can write in the document. So the 2 detailed paragraphs, please. Okay, starting here. The 2 detailed paragraphs. So remember, the first paragraph is comparing Portugal and the UK. The second one is comparing Italia and the USA. Can you see the link, Tang?
Yeah, I saw it. I can access it.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so please, like before, that's right. Please just write your name first and then write your 2 detailed paragraphs. So I will give you 10 minutes to complete this exercise.
Thắng bấm được vào link rồi gì Thắng? Okay.
Ah, Mrs. Ha.
Oh, yes, I'm still listening to you.
Ah,
Listen.
I wasn't sure if you were there or not.
Okay, yes, I'm there. Thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
the like a Paula's computer is battery is off.
Yes.
So now she's taking another
Okay.
device. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I saw her message. Thank you. She sent me the
Okay,
message in chat, but thank you.
Okay.
Okay, everyone, like I said, 10 minutes. So this is what you would get in the test, by the way. It should take you maybe a little bit less than 10 minutes to do these 2 paragraphs. Huh?
I almost.
Almost. Okay. Let me know when you're finished and we can start to have a look at it.
I think I'll finish.
You finished, Zung Ha. Okay, good. All right. So first thing I will do is, all right, make these into 2 separate paragraphs. Okay. So remember, when you come to do the test, Zung Ha can't see you. Okay, now I can see you, but I can't hear you.
Yeah, can you hear
Now
me?
I can.
I
Now I
forgot
can
to
hear you.
put the
Unmute your microphone. I know. I can see. Okay, so remember for part 1, you need 4 separate paragraphs, Sung Ha. So that's why I'm making a gap between these 2 paragraphs. Okay. So remember, each paragraph that you write needs to have a gap between. All right. So in the first 2 countries, I'm going to change your first sentence. But first of all, can you please read me everything you have written, Sung Ha?
In the first 2 countries are Portugal and the UK. It's clear that Portugal spent more money on roads and transport than the UK. Although Portugal and the UK have a downward trend, the UK reached a peak in 2000. The last 2 countries are Italy and the USA. Like the first 2 countries, the USA has less expenditure on roads and transport than Italy. Opposite to Italy had decreased in the spending percentage. Uh, the USA has. Let me give me a second.
Sure. Okay. This is why, of course, it's always good to read through your answer to yourself out aloud, because then sometimes you realize that what you have written isn't quite correct. Okay, has anybody else finished yet? Anybody else finished?
I have changed my writing again.
Sorry, was that you, Zung Ha?
Yeah, I have changed
Okay,
my
that's good.
writing again.
Okay, good. All right, I will start to correct from the beginning. So instead of saying in the first two countries, okay, the easy one, and you can remember this, Sung Ha, because you can use this for lots of sentences where you have to compare two things. This is what you write, okay? Oops. Sorry, I didn't spell that correctly. Okay, see what I have done, Sung Ha? I have
Yes.
taken out your 6 words and used 2 instead. I'm always going to be talking about making it simpler. You remember I say kiss often?
Yes.
Kiss, keep it simple. Keep it simple, okay? So this way I can use only 2 words instead of the 4 or 5 that you did, which is better. So when comparing Portugal and the UK, all right, that's how you can start any sentence when you are comparing things. Just use these 2 words, when comparing. When comparing Portugal and the UK, when comparing apples and oranges, when comparing Vietnam and China, okay, you can use when comparing is an easy start to any sentence like this. When comparing Portugal and the UK, it is clear that Portugal spent more money on roads and transport than the UK. Okay, that is correct, Sung Ha, good. Although Portugal and the UK, okay, to make this a little bit more clearer, okay, Portugal and the UK have a downward trend in what, Sung Ha? What is going down?
In
What?
spending on
Yes,
roads and
yes, no,
transport.
just that word, good. Spending, okay. Okay, so you can put this in here. Although spending Portugal and the UK reached a peak. Okay, so although spending in Portugal and the UK has a downward trend, the UK reached a peak in 2000. Okay, so that one is actually more correct now than what you wrote. Does that make sense, Sung Ha?
Yes.
Okay, so next sentence or next paragraph. So again, we can use this, all right? You don't need to say the last 2 countries. See, so now I can delete all these words. The USA has less expenditure on roads and transport. Okay, so you can see I'm able to delete all these words that you have there and made the sentence simpler. Opposite to Italia, okay, I know what you are saying, but it's not quite correct. What word am I going to type? Sung Ha?
Decrease.
Correct. Okay, now I can get rid of all of this. Okay, much simpler. Spending, even though it dropped to a lowest point in 1995. Okay. Okay, so you can see I've made it a little, as well as making it more correct, Zhongha, I've made it simpler, okay, by removing some of the words. Can you please read both paragraphs now, Zhongha?
When comparing Portugal and the UK, it's clear that Portugal spends more money on roads and transport than UK, even though spending in Portugal and the UK has a downward trend. The UK reached a peak in 2000.
Good, keep
When
going.
comparing Italy and the USA, like the first two countries, the USA has less expenditure on roads and transport than Italy, while Italy decreased its spending percentage. The USA has increased spending, even though it dropped to the lowest point in 1995.
Okay, good reading. So you can see how that makes is both simpler and it makes more sense, Zhongha. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so remember the first thing I did was I took out everything you said at the beginning and just said when comparing. Okay, when comparing. All right, and then I just made your sentences a little bit simpler. So you can still use academic words and more formal words. Of course you can, but you still want to keep the structure quite simple. Any questions, Zhongha?
No, thank you.
Okay, good. Okay, you can have a rest now. All right, thank you, Zhongha. Okay, who else is finished? Tang, have you finished?
I am.
Okay, Tang. All right, can you please read me what you have written?
Yeah, so the first two countries are Portugal and the UK. As we can see from the chart, Portugal spent much more on roads and transport than the UK. While Portugal has an upward trend, the UK fluctuated and spent less by time. Uh, the rest are Italy and USA. Same as the previous comparison, Italy investment in expenditure was much higher than USA. The question was that USA also has an upward trend and Italy went up and down in a 50 years period.
Okay, thank you, Tang. So that's not bad, Tang, but there are a few corrections I need to make. So the first one I'm going to suggest is the same one I did with Zhongha, and you start off comparisons like this, okay, using these two words, all right, when comparing, all right? Instead of saying the first two countries are Portugal and the UK, okay? So I can simplify this. You might have heard me say to some of the others, Tang, about KISS, K-I-S, which stands for keep it simple. All right, and that means it's better to use less words than more words. Okay, so now I can delete all these words. When comparing Portugal and the UK, as we can see from the chart, Portugal spent much more on roads and transport than the UK. The rest of that sentence is good, Tang. That's great. Okay. while best to say something like this, while spending in Portugal has an upward trend, okay, this is a good word here. Tongue as good choice of word, okay, but it needs to have an S on the end, okay, has to be plural. All right, and you probably don't need the rest of that sentence. Okay, so now it is more simple and more correct. So can you read this paragraph, please, Tongue?
When comparing Portugal and the UK, as we can see from the chart, Portugal spend much more on roads and transport than the UK, while spending in Portugal has an upward trend. Spending by the UK fluctuates.
Good. Okay, so that is much simpler and it is clearer and more accurate. Any questions, Tongue?
No, I don't.
Okay, good. So looking at your second paragraph, how do we start your second paragraph, Tongue?
I think when comparing.
Correct. Exactly. So you do exactly the same thing again. All right. This is a very useful phrase to know when comparing. Okay. Makes it very much easier. You only need to remember 2 words when comparing. Means I can delete all of this. Okay. And I can delete all of this. Your next sentence. Okay. When comparing Italia and the USA, okay, Italia investment in expenditure. All right. So you need to say investment in expenditure is not quite correct. Okay. You're best to say either investment in roads and transport or expenditure on roads and transport. Okay. Not investment in expenditure. Okay, and again, coincidence isn't quite the right word. What are you trying to say, Tongue, with this?
Like the USA and Italy have the same as Portugal and the UK.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay. Coincidence is something that happens by chance. It's not quite the same thing as what's happening in the graph. So you're best just to rewrite that sentence, okay? Using this linking word. Okay, and you're probably best to use the word fluctuated again. Okay, Tongue? Instead of saying went up and down, all right, better to use the more formal word. Even though you've already used it once, better to use it again, okay? Spending in the USA also has an upward trend, and again, you have to talk about what it was. So it's spending in Italia fluctuated over the 15, okay, and in this case, year is already plural, doesn't need an S. All right, is that okay, Tung? Do you understand can you see what I've done?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, I will leave you to read that and I will go back and look at Tuk Lin. Have you finished? Hello, Tuk Lin. Tuk Lin.
Maybe the signal is weak.
Okay, I will try someone else.
Hi, I'm
Hello?
here. I'm here.
Ah, you're here,
I'm
Tuk
here.
Lin.
My computer
Okay.
have a problems.
Okay, that's okay, Tuk Lin. All right. So, by the way, everybody, thank you for being patient while I am looking at everyone's work. Okay, I need to be able to correct everyone individually. So I'm sorry if you have to sit around, but you can please look at the work that I am correcting for the other students, and hopefully you will learn something. All right, between Portugal and the UK. All right, again, I'm going to show you these two words, Tuk Lin. All right, when you are comparing anything, okay, best just to use these two words to start the paragraph. When comparing.
Okay.
Okay, your one is okay, but this one is better. And it's also easy to remember. Just when comparing. Right, when comparing Portugal and the UK, it is clearly seen that Portugal invested much more money on road and transport. Okay. Don't need to say that part. All right, we've already talked about the UK. When comparing Portugal and the UK, it is clearly seen that Portugal invested much more money on road and transport. In 2000, while the percentage of Portugal
Investment, government.
Yeah.
Okay.
While the percentage of do you know what the adjective is for Portugal?
Adjective, Portuguese.
Correct. Good. Okay, that is better. In 2000, while the percentage of Portuguese expenditure decreased compared with, okay, thinking of a word begins with P. Instead of saying last year, do you know what the word is I'm thinking of?
Periods.
Yeah, correct. Okay, better to use previous, all right? Is a better word than last year in the sentence. While the percentage of Portuguese expenditure decreased, whoops, I didn't spell Portuguese correctly, there it is. Portuguese expenditure decreased compared with the previous year, the UK spent much more than the years before. Okay, that is okay. And again, we start off this paragraph with what words, Tuk Lin?
When comparing.
Correct.
Ah.
Okay, very easy to remember this, just when comparing, when you are comparing anything. Portugal, when you are comparing Vietnam and China, when you are comparing rice and chicken, okay, when comparing. Means you can delete all those other words. When comparing Italia and the USA, like Portugal, Italia spends a lot of money. Okay, don't need any of those words on road and transport. And that is much greater than the USA. The trend of Italia's government spending on road and transport has gone down every 5 years. in contrast to the USA, and you just need a word here that begins with W. Do you know what it is? The trend of Italia's government spending on road and transport has gone down every 5 years. In contrast to the USA, word beginning with W, WH.
Why? Where?
Where the trend has gone up. In the USA, where the trend has gone up.
Oh,
Okay, that is better now. That was not bad, Tuklin. Okay, that was pretty good. You can see I just made a few small corrections and took out some words to make it simpler. Okay, and again, please remember these two words. When you're looking to compare anything, you can start off your sentence when comparing.
Yes.
Okay, any questions, Tuklin?
No.
Okay, good. Okay, Cho Zhang.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, did you hear what I was saying to Tuklin?
Yes.
Okay, so we start off, the best words to use when starting off these paragraphs is when comparing. Okay, very easy, when comparing. So we don't need to say in the first two nations, we just say when comparing Portugal and the UK. Does that make sense, Cho Zhang?
Yes.
See, very
Yes,
simple. When comparing Portugal and the UK, Portugal expenditure on the roads and transport was approximately about 17%. What does that mean, Cho Zhang? Portugal spending was approximately 17%. Doesn't quite make sense. Where did you get 17% from?
No, I text wrong the number.
Okay.
It must be more than 25, right?
You can. You don't need to be too exact. It's easy to see, for example, that spending in the UK is around, overall, Cho Zhang, how much percentage is spending in the UK? About. How much does the UK?
In the UK is
Overall, how much would you say, what percentage does the UK spend? About how much? Can you see what I mean? I just want.
yes.
So the UK, okay, spends around about, let's look here, taking every, around about 9%, okay?
Yes.
9% of government spending on road and transport, all right? Around about 9%. It's a little bit more here, a little bit less here, so it's around about 9%. About how much percent does Portugal spend?
Sure.
So if the UK spends, see what I mean? About 9%. About 9%.
Yes.
About how much percent overall or on average does Portugal spend?
I think maybe it is around 20.
I would say around about 23%. Okay,
Yes.
around about 23%. So that is the average it spends. So 9% and 23%. What is the difference, Cho Zhang, between 9% and 23%?
So Portugal much more than the UK 12%.
Yeah, correct. Okay, so this should be about 12.
Yes.
Whoops, sorry. All right. So Portugal's need to be plural. Okay, like I say, everybody else, I know you are still waiting for me to look at your work, but please try to follow what I am doing with the other students' work so you can get an idea of how to correct maybe the same mistake in your work. Okay, so you don't, Chojang, you don't need to say approximately and about. They both mean the same thing. Okay, so you just take out one of these words. So I will take out about because approximately is a better academic word. And what did we say? About 12%. Isn't that right, Chojang?
Yes.
Yeah, 12%. Portugal's expenditure on the roads and transport was approximately 12% what, Chojang? Word begins with M. 12% what?
More than the
Correct. Just,
UK.
that's right. Just, yeah. Okay, whoops, can't spell, sorry. When comparing Portugal and the UK, Portugal's expenditure on roads and transport was approximately 12% more. That's all we need to say. Easy as that, Chojang. That's all we need to say, was approximately 12% more. We know it's 12% more. I just want to make sure you know this because we compare, okay? We can see this is about 9%, this is about 23%, okay? So 12% more. Okay. Although both countries witnessed a downward trend, good word, Chojang, very good word. Portugal still peaked at more than 25% in 1990 when the UK spent. Okay, this should be, instead of when, it should be while. While the UK on roads and transport was about 10%. Okay, that's better. All right, and again, we start the second paragraph with what words, Chojang?
When comparing again.
Yes, yeah, same thing again. Okay.
Yes.
When comparing Italy and the USA. It can be clearly seen that Italy channeled, good word again, Chojang. Italy channeled what, Chojang?
The money.
Yes, more money, correct, into roads and transport than the USA. Okay, now that makes sense. When comparing Italy and the USA, it can be clearly seen that Italy channeled more money into roads and transport than the USA. So everybody, I hope you're all still paying attention, channeled is a very good adjective. It means to, channeled means to direct, all right, to give. It's a good synonym. So the Italy put more money into roads and transport than the USA, channeled. However, there was a contrast between the two countries when Italy saw a trend down while the UK soared up. Okay, that's good, Chojang. That's fine. The highest point that Italy went was nearly 25%. 25% of what, Cho Zhang?
Of
Of,
the money.
yeah, of, need to be a little bit more specific about that. What does it say here, Cho Zhang?
I guess it must be 27.
No, the figure is okay, Cho Zhang, but 25% of what? 25% of?
Government spending.
Yes, yes. Okay, so you just need to be clear about that. 25% of government spending. In 2000 and the amount of money that spent is better than expenditure. Makes more sense. Was 15% in 2000. Okay, that is a little bit better, Cho Zhang. So do my corrections make sense to you, Cho Zhang?
Yes, it is.
Okay, please ask me if you have any questions. All right, everyone. So obviously it's now past, so we're going to stop for the moment. Stop here for the moment. All right, can you please turn your cameras on so I can see you before we say goodbye? So next time, all right, I will finish correcting what you have written, all right? But in the meantime, I've got some homework for you because we won't have any lesson now until the 8th of January, okay? So next Sunday is Christmas Day, so that is a day off here in New Zealand. Then of course, the following Sunday is New Year's Day. Okay, so a holiday off for you. So our next lesson will be in 3 weeks, all right, on the 8th of January. So in the meantime, I have some homework for you. All right, Mrs. Ha will help me explain this, I'm sure.
Okay.
So I need you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mrs. Ha, do you want me to
No,
explain?
that doesn't matter. Okay. Tức là thầy, chắc là các bạn đều nghe hiểu hết rồi đúng không? Tức là chủ nhật tuần sau là ngày lễ Giáng sinh, xong đến chủ nhật tuần sau nữa thế là ngày mùng 1 tháng 1, nó là ngày Tết rồi. Cho nên là mình thì không nghỉ lễ Giáng sinh, nhưng mà người nước ngoài thì người ta ngày lễ Giáng sinh là ngày lễ lớn của người ta nghỉ. Cho nên chúng mình sẽ nghỉ 2 chủ nhật liền, đúng không? Và đến chủ nhật tuần sau nữa, đến là ngày mùng 8 tháng 1 chúng mình mới quay trở lại học nhá. Thầy đã giao cái bài tập về nhà và thầy sẽ gửi vào cái đường link vào trong cái chat box ấy. Sau đấy thì các bạn có thể copy lại, nhưng cô cũng sẽ copy lại xong cô sẽ gửi lại cho mọi người để mọi người làm nhá. Okay, thank you, teacher. Can you keep talking, please?
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So is it okay if I give them homework, Mrs. Ha?
Yes, of course. I'm happy
Of course.
about that.
Okay. Okay. So this
Yeah.
is because you have 3 weeks to do this, everyone.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
3 weeks. All right. So you don't, I know some of you have exams next week, so you don't have to do it next week, but you have 3 weeks. So that is this exercise here, please. All right. This pie chart exercise. All right. So what you have to do is this. All right. What does, all right. Cho Zhang.
Yes,
Châu Giang ơi. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What does it say here, please, Cho Zhang?
It said that write a report describing the main features of this chart.
Yeah, using
POT.
yes, using POT. So I want you to write a report, okay, describing the main features of this chart using POT. Tongue.
Yeah.
Okay, this exercise, if this was a real test, should only take you 20 minutes, okay? You should be able to do this in the exam in 20 minutes. So Try to test yourselves by doing this in 20 minutes and see how you get on. So this is your homework, and I will correct it for you, and we can discuss it in the next lesson.
Okay.
Is everyone clear what the homework is? So I know Mrs. Ha will share the link with you if she hasn't done so already.
Ok, các bạn nhớ nhé, là cái bài này là cái bài Writing Task 1 đấy, cho nên là chỉ làm maximum là 20 phút thôi, nhưng mà thực ra trong phòng thi mình chỉ làm khoảng 18 phút, còn lại 2 phút để kiểm tra. Nhưng mà anyway thì mình sẽ làm chỉ khoảng 20 phút, và nhớ là cái số từ mình chỉ viết được 150 từ và nhiều nhất đến là 170 từ, nhưng đừng bao giờ dưới 150 từ. Và cũng đừng bao giờ quá khoảng 170 từ, bởi vì quá thì mình cũng sẽ bị trừ điểm, còn dưới thì chắc chắn là không đạt tiêu chuẩn rồi. Và các bạn nhớ là viết nó giống như là mình đặt cái đồng hồ trước mặt ấy, xong rồi làm thể nào mà làm cho đến cái thời gian, đặt đúng thời gian thôi, xong dừng lại để xem như thế nào. Còn nếu như sau đấy mình chưa hoàn thành, tất nhiên mình sẽ phải hoàn thành nốt để cho thầy chữa cho nó, để chữa xem mình viết thế nào. Ok, and thank you teacher, and they understand. I can send them. Yeah,
Okay.
of course they understand. Yeah.
That's great. Putan, okay. I can't see you, Putan. Can you turn your camera on, please?
Phú Thành vừa chạy đâu về đúng không?
Okay, that's better. That's better. Thank you, Putan. I always like to see you. Thank you. Okay, everybody. So I will see you on the 8th of January. January 8th, okay? So I hope you all good luck with the exams for those of you who've got exams. And I hope you all have a very happy new year. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year.
Okay.
For 2 weeks. Okay. So I will see you in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Okay, 3 weeks from today. Okay, everyone.
Okay.
And if you have any questions, please email me. You have my email address. Any questions, email me. All right, everyone. Bye.
Okay, thank you teacher. Okay. Chào mọi người nhé, và sẽ hẹn gặp lại sau 3 tuần nữa. Ok, bye bye everyone.
Bye.
Ok, chào con.